I'm in Mart, which is this Korean Asian supermarket type thing, and we only went once a month because it's quite far and the stuff in there's quite expensive also. So mini me in the car, really excited to go to Mart, is thinking intently about something, because every time I go, my mom says I can choose one thing to get. So obviously this was a big deal, right? I was like walking in between all the aisles and looking at all the treats, and so I'm in the confectionery aisle, and in one hand I have banana kiko, which is like this banana like biscuit thing, and in the other hand I have pepero, which is like this chocolate stick thing, my favorites. I could only pick one. I think to myself, oh, like this one's gonna taste like this, it's gonna dissolve in my mouth like this, oh, this one's gonna taste like this. And I'm in the store, I've got my eyes closed, I'm literally like visualizing how they'll taste, I'm going through all the pros and cons, and you might be thinking, it's not that serious, bro, but for me it was. And now my mom's getting impatient now, and I get this like cold sensation in my stomach that I always used to get when I had to make a decision. That sense of like impending doom, I have to make a decision like quick. I genuinely can't choose though. And so I asked my mom which one I should get. She looks at me funny for a second, and then she just tosses the banana kika into like the cart. She says, just get this one. So we're at the scanner area, but I'm still thinking about the other one, pepero, bro, like the big brown long chocolate covered sticks melting in my mouth. Oh, did I make the right decision? I don't know, man, but it's too late. In the car, I'm eating my banana kiko, and I'm wondering how it was so easy for my mom to make that decision. I also wonder if it was the right decision that I made, and it just ruins the rest of my day thinking back to that moment. If you think about it, everyone is born and starts at this point, and then from there, your life is a series of decisions with two paths. Well, up until you're 6 or 7, your parents and your environment make up the majority of your decision. But after that, life is just a collection of decisions. Kind of like the choose your own adventure type books. So after each decisional pathway, which again splits into 2 different pathways, depending on whether you make the right choice or the wrong choice, it will determine where you'll end up in life or in a certain point in the future. Let me put this into perspective. You wake up in the morning and you have a choice. You can either wake up now at 6 a.m. because your alarm's going off, or you can press the snooze button and lay in bed for another 15 minutes. If you choose the latter choice, the rest of your day, all your decisions are based on this track, and you just cut out that entire top row of decisions that you could have made that might have led, like you meeting the love of your life, you winning the lottery, like, and now because you slept in, you don't have time to do your homework and get shouted at by your teacher, and then you make all the wrong decisions throughout the day. At lunch, you like have that cookie when you shouldn't have, you scroll on your phone on the bus, and when you come home, you have a decision to make: study for that test or play video games with your friends. And so if you made an equal amount of right choices and wrong choices in a day, you'll end up at the end of the day at the middle. You've had an average day, you're just average. But if you make more good decisions than you made bad decisions, you'll end up slightly above. Here, you had a good day, you're going to make progress, keep this up, and you're on an amazing trajectory. But if you make more decisions than good decisions, you're going to end up here, and you had a bad day, you're in a negative spiral. But the point is, the human makes 35,000 decisions in a day. Past me decided to post a YouTube video, and that pathway, that timeline that I chose, led me to this present moment where I have 70,000 subscribers. And of course, since that point, if you think about it, the decision, post YouTube video or not, I chose this path. And if I had made constantly the right decisions up to this point, like only right decisions, I would have 100 million subscribers because I made every single right decision. But obviously I didn't, and that's the reason why I'm at 70,000 subscribers. Life is decisions. But you suck at making decisions. You made the decision to watch YouTube instead of working. You made the decision to eat that chocolate bar when you shouldn't have. You did the easy thing, like guilty pleasure now. And for me, from a young age, and still to this day, I suck at making decisions. You may think it's funny that I couldn't decide which snack I wanted to get, but for everything, I'd always self-doubt myself. I wouldn't be able to make decisions. I'd always wonder if it was the right decision that I made, and I'd always overthink. And of course, it was pepero and banana kika then, but soon it was whether to study or to play games. I'd sit there trying to make a decision, and eventually when I decided to game, I couldn't even enjoy it because as I was gaming, I'd be thinking about, oh, that might be, I should be studying. Like, why did I make this decision? Oh, you're so stupid. Now you're gonna fail that test. Look what you're doing, you idiot. I'd hate myself as I was playing that game, and it made me feel shit. So how do we make the right decisions? It's quite simple. Realize you're going to die. Sounds pretty ominous, but people genuinely live like they're not going to die. I used to literally play video games when I had a test tomorrow, but I'd think, oh, that's tomorrow, I'd worry about it then. But is it not the same me? Is it not me who's going to be living that tomorrow? I'd made the rest of my life like 0.1% worse just because of that decision I'd made in that present moment. Making the right decision is more simple than you think. There was this social experiment where 50% of the people as their home like wallpaper lock screen was an edited version of themselves made to look older, and the other group just had their normal phone wallpaper. The half of the group that had their wallpaper as older version of themselves made smarter decisions. And why is this? It's because they had a constant reminder of their future selves. They knew that their future selves is in fact themselves, but a lot of people don't realize this. Are you sacrificing the now for your future, or are you sacrificing the future for your now? For me, that web diagram changed my whole perspective. If I make a good decision now, it's easier for me to make more good decisions, and more good decisions will come my way and it will benefit my life in the long run. But the easy bad choice to make now, it makes it easier for me to just get in a negative spiral and make more and more bad choices, and at the end of the day, I'd end up lower. And so try using the 5-5-5 technique whenever you need to make a decision. So for example, yesterday, I had like part of my birthday cake left and I wanted to eat it, but then I just looked at it and I thought, in 5 minutes, how will I feel? I've just had the birthday cake, there's gonna be like that sweet taste in my mouth, feel pretty good. But then in 5 hours, how will I feel? I know that in bed I'll be feeling shit because I overate my macros, I'm gonna have like feel bloated tomorrow, and I'm just gonna feel worse. And in 5 days, how will I feel? Well, in 5 days, I'd have like made 1% less progress towards my physique that I could have been making if I didn't eat that cake. Just thinking about your future self before you make that decision will make it so that you don't want to do that thing anymore suddenly. I wanted to lay on my bed and just scroll, but I also knew that I had to do a Latin test tomorrow. I made the right choice then because I knew that the pain of tearing my eyes away from my phone, sitting at my desk and studying Latin would be less than the pain where I feel when I fail that test. Or as my parents say, the pain you feel in your stomach because you're homeless and you have no job and you're starving and you're a failure. Both of them work. For me, indecision was a thing that I struggled with for the longest time. So how did I fix this? It was actually with the help of my parents. My parents always urged me to make my own decisions. When we go out and it's something to order, I'd always say, oh, I don't mind, or etc. But they made me decide for myself what I wanted. Making decisions I don't mind was forbidden. And it really helped because the reason you have to learn to make decisions is because it's different if someone else makes a decision for you. For example, if you ask your mom, which instrument should I learn? Piano or violin? And she says, oh, you should learn violin. Inevitably will come a time, and whatever you do, you'll always feel like quitting, even if it's the most fun activity you could think of. But if you made that decision, you'll be thinking, oh, it's the decision I made, I put in loads of work, like let's keep going, it's just a hurdle. But if someone else made that decision for you, what are you gonna think? You're gonna feel, oh, I don't even want to do violin. Like, why did my mom make me do it? Like, she forced me to do this, I don't even want to do it. It's a simple mindset shift, but you're more likely to give up and just not do it. You're not gonna take responsibility. And that's why coaching, where you're literally paying someone to help you make a decision, give you advice, the first thing they ask you is, what do you think? And then they go from there. I think in recent times, the decision of getting up as I'm procrastinating to study has been the decision that's come up most in my life, but it's also the most difficult. As you know, you're in your bed, cozy, scrolling, but then you look at the time and then you have that work you need to do done. You have that sense of like, oh my days, man. Like, I understand, but think about how disappointed I'd be in myself at the end of the day if I don't do this thing now. And that usually does the trick. But one thing I really wish I could tell younger me is that when you make a decision, firm it. Back it up. If you make the decision to skip gym and watch a movie instead, watch that movie, bro. Enjoy it. If you chose to watch the movie but you're not even watching the movie and you're thinking like, I should be at the gym right now, but like, oh, I'm not even enjoying this movie, not only was that sacrifice not worth it because you're not even having fun, you're more likely to make like negative decisions throughout the day and get in the negative spiral. If you decided to scroll instead of studying, see that branch off to the end. You'll notice how, damn, I didn't even enjoy that, I won't do it next time. And this will make it so that you're the most productive and you make the most progress in your life. But do you know what's one choice that you could make right now that will better your life? Full stop. It's to join Superior Students. It's the largest online community of students who are all like-minded and want to better themselves. So if you want to surround yourself with fellow students and all grow together, since you're more likely to make better decisions when you're surrounded by like-minded, ambitious people, join Superior Students right now for free. First link in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.